Hey there, Aries. Here's your weekly horoscope for March 7 to 13. Well, the only planet that is in Aries this week is actually a centaur or asteroid called Chiron. If you've heard other videos, you've heard me speak of Chiron before. As it is kind of on its own this week in your sign, it does indicate that there may be the opening up of old wounds or conflicts or situations that could come up this week. But do know that if that happens, it comes up because there is an opportunity for you to actually do something about it, perhaps to have a conversation or to try to settle dispute, but certainly to bring about some healing. Now, as this is in the first house, which does represent you, yourself, and your body, if you've had any illness as well, Chiron at least is in a good place to help bring about some healing. This week, like last week, there's not as many heavy aspects going on in the sky, and that really should make everybody feel better. You can sometimes get yourself into conflicts even when you're not trying, so at least with the lack of harsh aspects this week, other than the ongoing Saturn-Uranus square that is, you probably should find that you can have a much better week ahead than you've had in January and February for sure. If you recall, and if you've heard before, I did promise that once we got through January and February, the spring would start to be a lot better for everybody, and that includes yourself. We have Mercury still conjuncting Jupiter in Aquarius just for Sunday and Monday. So if you didn't find that there was good news arriving last week, hopefully some good news arrives in the first couple of days of this week. Once that aspect ends, Mercury's kind of on its own for the rest of the week. Venus is conjuncting Neptune from Thursday on. And from Friday afternoon, it is going to conjunct the moon. Now, with Venus conjunct Neptune, that's an opportunity for you to look back into some hidden parts of your life and find out, maybe there is a relationship there that I've been neglecting, or perhaps it is a creative activity, or perhaps even a spiritual ritual. Any of those things I would recommend that you might want to put on the front burner this week. At least take a good look at them. Find out if there is something you can do to help bring about some healing to yourself within a relationship, or even to activate activities like meditation or art that would probably help you feel better and relate to what I mentioned about Chiron bringing about healing experience. Now, Saturn and Uranus are still square in the sky, but they are making some softer aspects as well to that planetoid or asteroid called Chiron. So that does help, in fact, you find ways to bring about some healing, especially for an old problem or old issue that has come up in the last year or so. It could even be from your deep, dark past, longer than a year ago. But regardless, don't be surprised if something comes up in this week that forces you to take a good look at something that you thought had been settled or that you thought you had left behind in the past. Don't be surprised if it arrives again this week and says, hello, you need to be looking at me. With Pluto conjunct the moon, basically just on Monday evening, there isn't too much else going on with Pluto this week in the sign of Capricorn. That's good for you because Pluto has been forcing you to look at how you build your foundations and what you are grounding into in your life. So with just this conjunction to the moon on Monday evening, that might be the only part of this week where you might be feeling a little bit heavy emotions. Other than that, since it's going to be a lighter week with a lot less of these entanglements going on between the planets, I hope, Aries, that you have a much better week ahead. Good luck.